Hello, in this video I'll show you how to make your photos look better when it comes to editing as a photographer. So the very first step to making your photos look better is first of all fixing the skin or retouching the skin. And you can see I've already done the skin retouching for this very image, and I have so many videos that are going to guide you or take you through the process of skin retouching in Photoshop using frequency separation. So the next step that you can do to make your photos look better is first of all working on the skin tones. So I'll be showing you different steps that you can use to make your photos look better and have beautiful images at the end of the day. So the next step is going to be working on the skin color or the skin tone. So you can see we have varying skin variations or skin tone variations in this kind of image. So I'll be showing you how we can get a better skin tone by first of all coming to the adjustments here and coming to solid color, then click on OK, turn off the solid color adjustment layer, double click on the solid color icon and sample a good area or a good skin color in the skin. Click to sample that color and click on OK. Come and turn this layer back on and change the blend mode from normal. And after changing it from normal, change it all the way to color. Select this white layer mask and press Ctrl I on the keyboard, or you can use Command I on the keyboard. Then come and get the brush tool and make sure it is a soft round brush, and the mode is set to normal opacity and flow at 100%. Then make sure you have black and white on these two color swatches. In case you have any color that is not black and white, simply press D on the keyboard, or you can click on the tiny swatches and make sure white is the top color or the foreground color, and all you have to do is to brush using a white brush over the skin. So just brush over the skin like that to apply the color that we sampled initially. So don't mind if this color is looking unrealistic, because we are going to be fixing that later on in this very video. So we're just going to paint on this red area. Don't mind, we are going to recover everything regarding the makeup. So keep eye from the eyebrows, or even keep eye from the lipstick. Just paint only in areas that have skin. So in case you paint on areas that you did not want paint in the first place, simply switch the brush to black, and you can use black to erase colors in those areas. And to paint the colors or the effect, once again you can paint using a white brush. So make sure white is for painting back colors or painting to apply the effect of the color grading on the skin, and black is to erase any mistake that you may have committed while painting over the skin. So I'll just paint in those areas, and as you can see, don't forget to zoom in, because some areas may be very small and you may miss out on certain tiny areas. So I'll just paint right there. Reduce on the size of the brush by using the square bracket keys on the keyboard and simply paint on a very small area, just like that. So once you're done painting on majority of the areas that have skin, the next step is going to be to fine-tune those specific areas and ensure to have not painted excess areas regarding the skin color or the skin tone. So you shouldn't paint on the hair. Make sure that every single area that you have painted is the area that has skin in the overall image. So right now we are done painting on the skin, and the next step is going to be to fine-tune this color, because it is not looking natural enough. So, and it looks a little bit unrealistic. Just come to the opacity right here and reduce on the opacity until when you feel like it is better and it looks natural and realistic. So about 43, that looks better. And in case the skin is looking too orange still, all you have to do is come to the adjustments and create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. Then you can come to the reds and take down the lightness of the reds, or you can even play around with the hue values to get it to where you want it as a photograph. So I'm just going to take this to around -8. That looks okay. And like I said, you can play around with the hue values in case the skin is looking too reddish or too greenish by moving the hues under the reds, because this contains most of the colors within the skin tone. After we have worked on the skin color or the skin tones, we are going to head to the next step, which is coming and adding shape or dimension. So during skin retouching, sometimes we tend to make the image look flat, so you have to dodge and burn. So I'm just going to put this in the group for my skin tones. Select and press Ctrl G, then rename this to color of skin. And after I've done that, I'm just going to come and I do the dodging and burning. So dodging and burning is basically enhancing the shape or dimension for your photos or for your images. So in order to dodge and burn, you're just going to come to adjustments and create a curves adjustment layer. Then with the curves adjustment layers selected or activated, come to the curve icon right here under properties and click in the middle and drag that down until the image is darkened. Then press Ctrl I on the keyboard to invert that. Remember, darkening is for burning, so whenever you're trying to enhance the shadows, we are burning, and enhancing the highlights, we are dodging. So you have just darkened, it means that that layer is going to be renamed to burn, and you're basically going to do the same for the highlights of this very image. Then click in the middle right here and brighten up the image just like that. With this selected, press Ctrl I on the keyboard to invert. Then again, we are going to name that to dodge. And after renaming these two layers, we can decide to put them in a group. Select both layers and press Ctrl G, or you can use Command G and you can name these to D and B for dodging and burning. Then you're going to open up the group, and after opening up the group, you're going to come to the burn. Remember, burn is for the shadows or the dark areas in the skin. So get the brush tool, soft round brush, the mode is normal, opacity and flow at 100%. Then with white as the top color or the foreground color, you're just going to draw lines over the dark areas of the skin. So just going to come the nose and I draw a line that is moving from up to down like that. So I'm just going to draw that even more, and I'll come this other side of the nose and also draw a line. Then I'll come to this to enhance the cheekbone right there and brush over that area. Then I'll also come to this other side of the cheek and also enhance this other side like that. And I'll just come to the forehead area right here and simply draw lines to enhance that area. So I'm just going to draw lines over those areas to enhance them, and also draw dark lines over this area. So you're basically trying to do sculpting, and this is going to add shape or dimension to the overall image. So you're going to do the same for the bright areas of this very image. So for this, I'm just going to simply draw lines for my highlight areas of the image, and don't forget this highlight above the cheekbone. Reduce on the size, and I'll draw a highlight over the nose and also enhance that area. And you can do the same for the lips in case you want to enhance specific areas of the lip highlight. So after this, we just want to blend these lines into the skin. So just come and double click on this black layer mask for the dodge to open up the properties, and come to the feathering and just move the feathering forward, and this is going to help the effect blend into the skin. So just move this forward like that, and the more you move it forward, the more it is going to blend into the skin. So you can see it has blended into the skin. So I'm just going to take that forward even more to about 125. Then I'll do the same for the band, double click on it and move until when these lines are blending well into the skin. So I'm just going to move that forward, and I feel like about 60. So let's go with about 70. 70 looks okay, but I feel like the effect for the dodge is still not blending quite well. So I'm just going to do the same for the band, increase on that. Then for the dodge, I'm also going to move that forward even more so that it can blend well into the skin. So in case the effect is too much, you can come the opacity and reduce on the opacity of the dodge, and you can come to the band and as well reduce on the opacity of the band like that. So I'm just going to go with 78, and you can close this and check on the before after. So if the overall effect is too much and unrealistic, you can simply come the overall opacity and reduce on it so that it can look better and look a little bit more realistic. So this is the before after for the dodging and burning. I feel like that is too much, so I'll just take that to about 64. So 60 looks okay. So this is a before after. Once we are done doing the dodging and burning, the next step is going to be, we can do a little bit of eye whitening, or you can even add skin shine or skin glow. So let's do a little bit of adding skin shine or skin glow to this very image. So to add skin glow, we are going to come to adjustments and create one final curves adjustment layer. Then click on this pointer on the right hand side and drag it towards the left hand side, and this is going to over brighten up the image. Then what we have to do is going to be coming and right clicking on the curves layer and coming to blending options. When you come to blending options, come and make sure the blend if is set to gray. Come towards the underlying layer and move these pointers from affecting the dark areas of this very photo. So just move this forward like that, and this is going to blend or show only the highlights of this very image to be affected. So glow is usually as a result of brighter areas, especially within the skin pigment. So I feel like about that is okay. So that if you can blend well into the skin, hold down the option key on the keyboard and split this forward like that, and stop at that point when the effect is blending well into the skin, and click on OK. Then invert this layer mask, press Ctrl I on the keyboard, or you can use Command I to invert the effect. Get the brush tool, then simply start painting with the white brush over the areas that have highlights in this very image, just like that. So in this way, it is going to be creating that beautiful glow. You can even enhance the lips in this case by painting on the bright areas of the subject's lips. So in case the effect is too much or the glow effect is too much, ensure to come the opacity and reduce on the opacity so that it is not very obvious. So about 57, that's the before after. After this, we can do one final step, which is doing eye whitening. So you can do eye and teeth whitening for the same process. So just come to adjustments and come to hue and saturation, then come and make sure you are under this master option and desaturate the image until it looks close to black and white, and this is going to remove any color from the white area of the eye. So with this white layer mask selected, you can press Ctrl I on the keyboard, or you can use Command I to invert the effect. And after inverting, you can come and get the brush tool, white as the foreground color or the top color. Then reduce on the size of the brush, and all you have to do is simply painting over the white area of the eye. So this is going to help remove any random colors and desaturate them from the white area of the eye, and this is going to whiten the eye. So be careful not paint on this area, because that very area is usually not white, so it is meant to have that kind of reddish color onto it. So I'm just going to paint on this white area of the eye like that. So by simply doing this, you are going to be able to whiten the eyes easily and in a more simple way. So I'm just going to press Command 0 to zoom out. So this is what we have been able to achieve. So if I'm to show you the effects that we have been able to achieve or to work on this or apply on this image, I'm just going to group everything, Ctrl G or Command G. So this was the image initially before or after the skin retouching, and this is how you have been able to transform and make it look better. You can say before, after, before, after, before and after. You can see how beautiful it has gotten to be. So this is how you can make your photos look better in Photoshop after you have done the skin retouching, and it's going to make your photos look better at the end of the day. Don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe in case you're watching and you aren't subscribed to this channel. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in yet more videos on this channel. Don't forget, keep practicing, and as well keep creating.